Bernie! Sanders! Bernie! Sanders! Bernie! Sanders!
Okay, I'm Jean Ross, co-president for National Nurses United, and we are out here with other activist groups to support not just Bernie Sanders, but to revel in our victory over not having the TPP, and to talk about with Bernie the issues that we're continuing to face and have to move forward on. We understand the new administration and what it's going to cost us, and we know that we can't hunker down and try to protect what we've got. We need to keep fighting forward, stand up and fight back.
Let me thank all of you. Let me thank all of you for being here this afternoon. Let me thank Roseanne and Nina. We have taken on corporate America. We have taken on the National Association of Manufacturers. We have taken on the pharmaceutical industry. We have defeated the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Those are no small things. But now, obviously, we have our work cut out for us. And let me just say a few things about where I perceive we are today. Donald Trump won the election for a number of reasons. But one of the reasons that he won is, in my view, a failure of the Democratic Party that must be rectified. And that is why I am supporting Keith Ellison for the next term. The Democratic Party has got to recognize, and I'm now not here to blame anybody, not to criticize anybody, but facts are facts. When you lose the White House to the least popular candidate in the history of America, when you lose the Senate, when you lose the House, and when 2/3 of governors in this country are Republicans, it is time for a new direction for the Democratic Party. Point number one, if we are going to go forward successfully, the Democratic Party has got to recognize some very important realities that Donald Trump, in fact, did recognize. And that is, yes, we are better off today economically than we were 8 years ago. We made a lot of progress in a lot of areas. But, there are millions of people today, working class people, middle class people, low income people, who are living in despair. And we have got to recognize that reality. I want you to think for a moment. Think about a woman in New York City earning fairly good income, $50,000 a year. She's paying $15,000 for child care. She can't afford it. Right. Talk about the worker in Vermont who's not working one job. He's working 2 or 3 jobs to cobble together the income he needs in order to take care of his family. Think about the person who went into debt to go to college, has a degree, and is now making $12 an hour, $60,000 in debt. Think about half of the older workers in America, 55, 60, 65 years of age, who are going into retirement, who have zero money in the bank as they head into retirement. Talk about the millions of workers who are trying to get by a $9, $10, $11 an hour. Talk about the senior citizens and the disabled veterans who are trying to get by on $11,000 or $12,000 a year. Talk about the elderly people who are cutting their pills in half because they cannot afford the outrageous prices that the pharmaceutical industry is charging us. We are going to stand up to this. We are going to take on Wall Street and their greed and their illegal behavior. Thank you, Occupy Wall Street. We are going to take on the insurance companies and the drug companies and fight for a Medicare for all single-payer program. We are going to take on corporate America and fight for trade policies that work for working people in this country, not just the CEOs of large corporations. On sexism, on xenophobia and Islamophobia. You know, everybody here knows, in a democracy, we disagree with our neighbors, we disagree with our wives and our husbands. That's America. Okay, that's good. We can disagree on public policy. But this country, as all of you know, for hundreds of years, we have fought, and so many brave people have died in the struggle, or been beaten, or went to jail, to fight against the horrific policies that were put in place against our Native American brothers and sisters, against our African American brothers and sisters. Listening to the scientific community and not just the fossil fuel industry. Brothers and sisters, there is a lot of anguish across the land, and a lot of pain, and a lot of fear. But as previous speakers have told you, and what I believe, if you look at history, the lesson that you learn is that when ordinary people stand up by the millions, when they don't let demagogues divide us up by race or by our sexual orientation, or whether we're men or women, whether we're born in this country or come from abroad, when we stand together and keep our eyes on the prize, when we focus on economic justice, when we focus on social justice, racial justice, environmental justice, when we stand together, Donald Trump and nobody is going to stop us. Let's go forward together. Thank you.